Well, for more, Professor of Astrophysics at the University of Nottingham, Christopher Conselice joins us now from Nottingham. Thanks so much for speaking to us. I'm sure you have seen that video of Buzz Aldrin losing his temper with a man who called him a fraud, and there are still those who think, you know, the moon landing was a hoax. Does that frustrate you as an astrophysicist?
Absolutely it does, because there's no real evidence that it was faked, and there's lots of evidence that it is real. And so you would have to believe a conspiracy involving almost millions of people to believe that it's been faked.
Right. So, I mean, tell us then personally, how much has the moon landing inspired you and work in your field?
Well, the moon landings have been a major inspiration for me personally, but also for many people in my field. I'm too young to actually have witnessed the moon landing, so I knew about them growing up. It's an amazing thing that humanity was able to do, and of course, it's very inspirational just for that purpose. But many people have been inspired by it to do astronomy, to do physics, to do anything with space. Most people, I think, are inspired to some degree by it.
Right, and I mean, so many people now would like to see it happen again, not least Buzz Aldrin, who spoke about it just the other day. But do you think governments should really be investing more in space travel? And I mean, how much do you hope as well that private industry, you know, the likes of billionaires like Elon Musk or Richard Branson, should be contributing too?
Right. Well, the way it looks now is that private industry will have a major influence and a major part of us going into space in the future, including to the moon and to Mars. Private industry has shown that it's much cheaper, actually, than what governments, at least the United States government, has been able to do in terms of getting into space and to keep in space. And so these private companies like SpaceX will undoubtedly have a major role even within governmental missions to do space. And I do think, to answer your first question, that we should be in space. There's lots of benefits to going to space, not only just inspiring people and the future scientists, for example, but also lots of spin-offs come out of it, lots of technology comes out of doing space, and also it's just a way for us to learn more about the universe, which is something that most humans are interested in.
It is the way to learn. And I mean, for yourself, what question do you want answered?
Well, I would like to know if there is any way we can learn, for example, going to Mars, if there's some evidence for past life or pre-life that we might be able to study on Mars that would tell us about how life on Earth developed, because that's still a big mystery. But space also is not just sending people up and exploring planets, but also putting telescopes into space, which is something that I work on a lot, and that's been a big part of my career, is looking at data that comes from telescopes which have been put into space by NASA and ESA.
Okay, great stuff. Christopher Conselice, thanks so much for joining us there from Nottingham University. We really appreciate it.